Hello, good evening, peoples of Singapore.
Good evening, peoples of Singapore.
Good evening. Thank you, that's our mic test.
Yeah.
I'm Emilie Oehler from Urban Kulit, weaving together the theatre community of Singapore. And we're very, very excited to present the musical director Elaine Chan of Aladdin and actress extraordinaire Jo Tan.
That's me, hello.
Yeah, yes, she does different voices as well. In
Yes.
fact, Jo even plays two different kind of characters in
it's more like well, because I believe with all the Wild Rice pantomimes, basically everybody plays everything. Sometimes you have a main character, sometimes you don't. Last year I was one of the ensemble of 2 women. I don't know whether you remember. There was an ensemble of 2 women as compared to I think about 12 main cast. So we sort of played everything.
It's an imbalance,
This year I actually have a role, but other than that I will also be like a harem girl, a policewoman, and a butter factory worker, like an actual butter factory, not like the club.
Not like not the down and dirty. Okay. Churning is opposed to crunking.
Yes.
Okay, that's more kosher, Anyway, so is this a children's show or an adult show? What would you say, Elaine?
It's a both. It's really a family show. You know, I mean, the parents can come and the jokes will be targeted for them, and then they'll fly over the kids, and the kids will not know a thing. But of course, the jokes for the kids, and then of course the parents will say, "Yeah, I brought them for the right show." So it's a great mix for everything.
There will be innuendos, but don't worry, the children won't get them.
They
Or if
won't
they
get
get them, then you should probably keep an eye on them.
Good time.
Yeah, that's a trick of a pantomime, because I remember when I was little, I used to watch pantomimes in Singapore, and it's interesting because when I was little, it was seen very much as a British thing, and this century, suddenly Wild Rice managed to revive a tradition and corner the market as well. So how did Wild Rice, you've been with them for a long time, the music. What do you think is the formula behind Wild Rice reintroducing a British concept to Singapore audiences and making it work?
Right. I think it all started with Cinderella, but of course that was a very special year. You got all the stellar cast you could imagine, you know, and of course a very creative team, and then it started writing stuff. So I think it was a very good creative way of putting family fun, you know, and then retelling it in a very musical theatre way. And it's interesting because after the first very successful year, where we do localize a lot of things. For example, you wouldn't imagine Sheikh Haiko dressing like a woman and drag to I mean, that's a laugh, that's a scream, that really is, you know, a hoot. That's really. So then of course with that, then next year we did Aladdin, which was the second one. And of course along after that it was Sleeping Beauty, which is slightly more dark.
Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty.
I forgot that.
I thought you're being rude.
No, it's part of it, you know. It's like Cinderella, you have that, you know, that localized thing. So I think part of the flair and the speciality is to make it very local. So even the stories that we know, Cinderella, which is so magical, done in a local context, it's very special.
I mean, the whole thing about pantomime is that even when you see it in the UK, I mean, I don't know about the ones you watched here, when you see in the UK, it's supposed to poke fun in a very subtle innuendo way about the politics there and so on. I think Wild Rice just thought, because Wild Rice is all about localizing plays, like, you know, well, they've made the importance of being earnest on men. I mean, all about, well, maybe not localizing, but sort of like doing stuff that Singaporeans can relate to. So, I mean, they just thought, well, pantos are supposed to be irreverent towards current issues and whatnot, but why do they have to be current British issues, why not Singapore issues?
That's true.
And it's Christmas time, man. It's time to let loose a bit, let your hair down.
That's true.
So I think it's what we need in Singapore.
Correct. And have a platform for the adults and the children to perform together. It's very rare, really.
And I think it's wonderful as well because then children get introduced to theatre at a young age, which is what we need as well. So you've been writing musicals since you were writing the music for musicals since you were almost just above being a child, right, at the age of 18.
Thanks to my parents who give me a lot of time and stuff like that. So I think also because I was in Yamaha trained, and Yamaha they allowed for a lot of compositional things and arrangements, so I had my chance to do it. And this was in school, you know, school says, there's a songwriting competition, okay lah, just write lah. Or there's a school, the class, you know, play and some of that class chapel service where you need to put performances. Okay, you do this, you do that, and then, you know, all this instinctively just come about.
So it's like boot camp for you.
So, you know, it all added up. So when you do these things, okay, let's just do it. So it's quite easy.
So Elaine, tell me, you did Aladdin in 2004, and now 7 years later, Wild Rice is doing it again. So do you feel there's a need to make it different? 7 years later, is there a need for it to be written differently? You know, people would have forgotten 7 years ago, but I heard it's been written now. The new playwright is Jonathan Lim.
Yes.
So, what is the purpose behind that, and how has it been for you creatively as well?
Right. I think it's fun. You know, of course, with each playwright, they have got different perspectives, as well as the music. I mean, at the time, some songs were very
they were
popular.
hip at the time.
But now it's
they're not so hip.
Yeah. So we want to choose newer songs and then to reflect the current.
Yeah, and they're really quite. They are quite hip.
Okay, so it's like Lady Gaga-ish, like
you hit the spot, man.
I keep trying to keep up to date.
You really are.
Oh, I see. So what you do, as a musical director as well for this, like, so you have songs, but then you make them your own as well. Like, what's that process like? And then do you have an Arabian element as well as a Singapore element?
Okay, it depends on the flavor that the director wants. So very much in the 2004 version, it was more Arabian. Okay, but this one is not so.
It's almost totally
Singaporean
and Malaysian.
Correct, and it's so very tied to her character and the setting of it. So some of the songs have that kind of flavor. Also because of that. So it really depends on where the storyline goes and where's the set. And of course, each song, it might be a very popular song, but we kind of tweak it. You know, so the song you recognize, hey, I recognize the song, but hey, the flavor is slightly different. Hey, welcome to done tango or cha-cha, you wouldn't think of dum 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 done in a cha-cha manner.
That's Dancing Queen.
Yeah, I wanted to say that, but they're not saying that, you know, because I want you to come and, you know, just enjoy it.
Not too many clues, but it sounds very exciting. I need to catch it, because it just sounds like there's so much going on with a huge cast.
Right.
And I saw lots of children running around backstage.
Yes.
50. There are 50 children in this cast.
Oh, getting under your skin.
Yes. No, well, I mean, they're really sweet. I mean, they'll probably be about 30 at a time. They're not all on stage all the time.
30 is still quite a lot of children.
Quite a lot.
Luckily, the stage is quite big.
Yeah.
So, and before the leads playing Aladdin and Princess Jasmine were different. Now you have Hadi Mirza and Sylvia Ratonel. So does that make the writing for the songs different for you? How are their voices different? How's Sylvia's voice different from Emma Young's, for example?
Right.
How is it? Yeah.
But okay, vocal range, I mean, we're just discussing, we do quite similar. But of course, with each, they have got special talents. For example, Emma's voice is very musical theatre, it's got a lovely bell there, bell ring there, but of course, for years, her voice is more mellow. And of course, when I wrote the particular duet for her, I was also, I have to consider Robin, who was playing the lead, and him playing a beautiful baritone. The vocal range is slightly different. Plus for Hadi, he's much more of a bright tenor, very pop in flavor, so there are a lot of high notes that he's handling everything, which is great. So it's a lovely combination, and it's certainly different.
And so like Sylvia's voice is more pop. So how does that figure into a musical? It's not so musical theatre. Does it bring a different element, or is the way you wrote it more pop as well?
I mean, nowadays everything is a popsicle, isn't it? Like Lee is all pop songs, and Wicked is very pop infused score. And I mean, I think it's still a musical, but it's a pop musical.
Yes.
You know? Yes. So
I
would say that. I don't know what Elaine would say.
Because I know you have a singing singing background. Yeah. And so Joe, I hear there's like martial arts and choreography in this. So how did you handle that? I know you have a singing background. Do you have a dance background?
I do not have a dance background.
I
probably have the least dance background of everybody, so it's just as well that I'm playing the grandma. It's okay. I mean, Gordon is our fight choreographer. I mean, he does flips and he used to represent the Singapore martial arts team, did he?
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay. So he's trained us very well, and I mean, but he's still the only one doing flips.
Oh, okay. I think insurance can only cover so much. I understand. So your character, let me try and say it. Your character is Mama Nyo. Say it. Mama
Nyo.
Mama Nyo. So Josephine Tan plays Mama Nyo.
Yes, that's what I do.
And who is Mama Nyo?
Well, Mama is sort of like grandmother. It's sort of in a local dialect as well, in Malaysian dialect, I think. And we're actually a family in Malacca. So Sylvia is my granddaughter.
No, I mean you don't
and so I'm her grandma. I'm her matriarchal grandma. I mean, I sort of like a Peranakan grandmother would. I mean, if you've seen Emerald Hill, Emilie of Emerald Hill, she sort of is parodying the Emilie character. So she's something a little bit like that, but not quite as well.
Yeah, because the character is called Emilie of Amethyst Rise. So I saw like a little reference.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I mean, was it pressurizing to sort of have a reference to such an iconic figure? I mean, you have an iconic figure, but excuse me.
Well, no, not really, because I mean it's like asking Hossein Leong when he parodies all the characters on Hossein Leong show, or John Lim or Judy Tan, or I mean whoever does the Chestnut show, whether they feel stressed about. I mean, you're sort of spoofing a character. You're not expected to be exactly like the character. I mean, I think Judy did a very good Riz Low, but she's not Riz Low, so you don't have to be exactly. So it's okay. Yeah.
So would you say that is Joa's character a pivotal character? Because I know normally in pantomimes you have the dame, who is a man dressed as a woman.
Right.
Is there, because normally the older woman is normally played by a man. So is there a dame in this music?
There is, but it's not her. You must come and watch to find out.
Yeah, I'm very excited. All these secrets are not unfolding.
And then he sings a fantastic Hokkien song.
Yeah,
the dame sings a Hokkien song. And of course it translates. It translates in English, so you must come watch.
Well, so there's lots going on. So we have a prince, we have a princess, we've got a matriarch, we've got a man dressed as a woman. Does he use coconuts? I think the old lady used coconuts.
He's quite full-bodied.
Yes, don't need to powerful coconut.
He's a more iconic figure.
He's extremely so.
You recognize him when you see him. He's very close to Hardy, actually.
Close, as in close to Hardy?
Close to it, in terms of relationship, very close to Hardy.
As in like the character?
The character.
I mean, we're not spreading rumors, don't worry.
Okay, Grand Vizier. Okay, I'm just thinking.
Okay, just keep it thinking and just come with the show.
Do you want to tell us anything about really challenged in any way this time in 2011 doing this? Has it been different for you? Easier, harder?
I think it's all depends on the creative approach to it. And of course the great thing about working with Glen is he's very clear about what his direction is.
Yes.
And then of course he tells you what it is, and then you just workshop it. So I think the challenges is of course with the talented cast, you want to see how far you push them, how difficult harmonies you can just put them on. That's not true, that's not true, that's not true. It's fantastic.
Is that a whipping action?
No, I'm just
trying to make life harder. You look so sweet, Elaine.
Now we know what happens.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's really fun. I mean, I think the challenges are also depending on what the playwright wants.
Yes.
And then trying to bring that out. And the great thing is in the creative process, because we're a very talented cast, some of the songs are not just designed or arranged, but also it came out from the floor in discussion and in work. And I think that was what's
just
magical about it.
Karen Tan's lines, most of them are her own, and I mean they will change from day to day because she's got to interact with the audience a lot. She's the villain, and every day she'll have a new comeback for you. So challenge her. You should come back for every show.
That's also interesting. Keeps us on our toes, The lines change.
Then you react differently. Sounds fabulous. Sounds very exciting, and I think the play is starting very soon.
That's right. It will probably have started by the time your webcast goes
Yes. You must come catch it.
Yes, it starts on the 24th of November and runs till the 17th. Runs till the 17th of December.
Do we have to make like hand motions like from the 24th?
Let's do it.
24.
Yeah.
So I
know.
Okay, let's try again.
24th of
December. Okay, I'll take.
24th of November.
Yeah.
To
17th of December. Alright, we just did the quirky thing. I love it. High five, guys. Yes. Lovely to meet you, Elaine. Very nice to meet you. Nice to see you again, Jo.
Yes, thank you, Emilie. Yes.
You're welcome.
Emilie is going to India soon.
I came back from India.
Okay, no matter.
Okay, anyway, so this is Urban Kulit, giving you a little tease about what Aladdin's about, November 24th to December 17th. Don't miss it. It sounds so excited that, yes, I'm going to go backstage now and see what I can spy on.
Hi.
See you again soon.